How Much I Love You by Sam McBride, illustrated by Anita Jerram. Who do you think this story is about? Guess how much I love you. Little Nut Brown Hare, who was going to bed, held on tight to Big Nut Brown Hare's very long ears. He wanted to be sure that Big Nut Brown Hare was listening. "Guess how much I love you," he said. "Oh, I don't think I could guess that," said Big Nut Brown Hare. "This much," said Little Nut Brown Hare, stretching out his arms as wide as they could go. Big Nut Brown Hare had even longer arms. "But I love you this much," he said. That is a lot," thought Little Nut Brown Hare. "I love you as high as I can reach," said Little Nut Brown Hare. "I love you as high as I can reach," said Big Nut Brown Hare. "That is quite high," thought Little Nut Brown Hare. "I wish I had arms like that." Then Little Nut Brown Hare had a good idea. He tumbled upside down and reached up the tree trunk with his feet. "I love you all the way up to my toes," he said. "And I love you all the way up to your toes," said Big Nut Brown Hare, swinging him up over his head. "I love you as high as I can hop," laughed Little Nut Brown Hare, bouncing up and down. "But I love you as high as I can hop," smiled Big Nut Brown Hare, and he hopped so high that his ears touched the branches above. "That's good hopping," thought Little Nut Brown Hare. "I wish I could hop like that." "I love you all the way down the lane as far as the river," cried Little Nut Brown Hare. "I love you across the river, all over the hills," said Big Nut Brown Hare. "That's very far," thought Little Nut Brown Hare. He was almost too sleepy to think anymore. Then he looked beyond the thorn bushes out into the big dark night. Nothing could be further than the sky. "I love you right up to the moon," he said, and closed his eyes. "Oh, that's far," said Big Nut Brown Hare. "That's very, very far." Big Nut Brown Hare settled Little Nut Brown Hare into his bed of leaves. He leaned over and kissed him good night. Then he lay down close by and whispered with a smile, "I love you right up to the moon and back." This is a wonderful picture book, a note for educators and parents. It describes feelings. It's about security of relationships. It's about love. I think also it's about how love it's not easy to grasp and describe, and it requires a lot of metaphors, but ultimately it's a very, very important connection between Nut Brown Big Hare and Little Nut Brown Hare. The other thing you can learn from this book with children is about moving their body. For example, when the little hare shows how they can hop, you can invite children to hop as well. when little nut brown hair stretches his arms out, you also can ask children to do the same. When some more complex movements are involved, like this kind of stretching as well, and even yoga kind of jumping, like here, you also can remind them about this book, how little nut brown hair was showing his love up all the way to his toes. Yeah. So some great movement ideas. The other thing is that this book has some inserted messages about size, distance. That's mathematical language that we want to introduce in early childhood education and care. And you can revisit this book over and over again. Not to mention great language in terms of I wish I could, another expression. Yeah, I can. So that's really good for English as a second language learners, and it introduces other mathematical terms such as across, over, way down, as far as. So you just unpacking all this by discussing how far is very far, how far is the moon, and all the other important things can really unpack this book for children. Enjoy reading. Bye.